Hello everybody, welcome back on my channel English Briefly. I'm really happy to see you again, and today I've got something special for you. It's a pretty old method of learning, but a very effective one. It's called fiszki. In Polish, in English it would be probably something like flashcards or word cards or cards. It involves learning by little paper cards which we have to fill in on both sides with some words or questions that we want to acquire. This method is so effective because it enables us not only to test ourselves, which is very important in the learning process, but also it exceeds our learning span. So we don't only learn some words to pass a test and forget about them, but we also revise them every couple of days or every week, or just a couple of times during a longer period of time. And it's very, very important because this enables us to remember the words for a longer period of time, not only until the test. There are different ways how you can use this method. We've got a traditional one, so with real pieces of paper that you have to cut out yourself and prepare yourself. You can also buy them. And a box, which we can call memo box or fiszko box, and this is traditional. Yeah, but there's another way to this, because nowadays we've got our iPhones, our smartphones, and different apps on them, so there are apps for this as well. I won't give you many examples, you'll have to look them up yourselves, but you'll know the gist. One that I use is called Fiszkoteka. It's pretty nice. I use it with my students, and it helps to save some time because you don't have to prepare all that stuff. You can say that it's eco-friendly as well because you don't produce waste. But for people who need to hold their knowledge in their hands, like you prefer to read books than e-books, you prefer to write something than type something, then this traditional way is for you. And I actually like it as well. I will show you how to prepare the memo box, how to prepare fiszkas, or flashcards we'll call them, and you'll see how we can use them for our purposes. Now, you can check out the apps as well, because I'm not saying that this is less effective. So, let's get to work. So, making a memo box is pretty easy and can be really fast. What you need is a box. Here I've got a box of tissues without any tissues left. You need a pencil, a ruler, some glue and scissors. So this is what you need. To make fiszki, to make the flashcards, you will need a paper block or a colored block. It's it depends of your choice. So let's get started. We need to get rid of the top part of this box, so I will just cut it out. You probably noticed that I'm as skilled as a first grader, so you can see that it doesn't have to be a piece of art. Now, it started to fall apart, so I have to glue it here so it sticks. Right. I'm gonna do the same with these edges here. We've got our memo box, but it's not complete yet. We still need to divide it into sections because the whole method involves revising time after time, and we will make some walls here which will divide the box into smaller sections. So to do that, I will use this back of this block of paper cards, I will use this cardboard. So now we need to do some measurements. So our box is 11 centimeters wide, so we will need to make those walls broader because we want to fold them and glue them to these walls here. So okay, I've got these sections done. These are the lines. I'm going to fold my cardboard. Let's now cut it out. Now we want to measure the height of our box. And it's actually 6 centimeters and a half. So we have cut our walls. Now, as you can see, we need to fold them. We need to fold the sides here. And let's check if it fits. Well, it almost fits. So that wasn't a bad work. I suppose if you want your box to last longer, you would probably want to have these sides a little bit longer, so to make sure it really fits here, to make sure it stays in its place. So as you can see, my box isn't very long, so I decided to have only 3 walls. Now the key here is to make each of those sections bigger and bigger. Well, I don't know if it came out well, but look, this one is the initial section. So it can be small, then a bigger one and a bigger one, and you know, the last one should be also a even bigger one, but it came out like this. So now, once we've divided our box, let's glue the walls and get our Fishko box, our memo box ready. Alright, so I've got my sections ready. It's better to use paper that is stiff, really hard, but this one, as you can see, is bendy, so that wasn't a very smart choice, but I think it's not gonna be so bad. Now, this section here is the smallest one, so I'm gonna have it as the first one. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so we've got our Fishko box, our memo box ready. That's how it looks like. You can have 4 sections, you can have 5 sections, and it's okay. So now it's time to make our paper cards. So for that, I'll be using these colorful pages, and my idea is to get all of them and cut them all at once. in. And now we're cutting out the edges. And now we cut it in half. Alright, I think managed. Right. And so now we need to get our paper cuts ready. So we take one out here. When we come across a word that we want to learn, the only thing that we need to do is to write it down on one of those cards and then translate it here. So let's say that we want to learn in Polish karmić. Then we write all the forms in English. So we've got it. If we like, we can even have a little sentence here written so we know a little context. But when we want to practice it, learn it, then we look at this Polish equivalent, karmić, and we think hard and try to remember the English equivalent. Now, I know that it's feed, fed, fed, so I check my answer, it's alright, and it's also advisable to make a sentence even if it's not made here. So, I fed my dog yesterday. Now, it turned out that I know this word, so I put this word to the first section of my Fiszko box. We take another card and do the same with another verb. Let it be rosnąć. In Polish and grow in English. Grow, grew, grown. So, rosnąć is grow in English, and a modal sentence would be, oh, look at you, you've grown so high. And we put it to the first section. Now another one is chować. Hid and another hid. So an example sentence could be, I hid your phone, you'll never find it. Now another one, myśleć. In Polish and think in English. Think, thought, and another thought. Alright? A sample sentence. Myśleć. I have never thought about it before. I have never thought about it before. Another one would be kraść. And an English equivalent, steal. Stole, stolen. So for example, oh no, someone has stolen my car. Verb number 6 will be walczyć. And English equivalent, fight, fought, and fought. So, I fought the law, but the law won. Oh, let another word be płacić. And in English it's pay, paid, and paid. She was so nice, she paid for the dinner yesterday. Another one? Kopać. And it's, of course, dig, dug, dug. He digs every day. He dug a big hole. I have never seen anybody who has dug such a big hole. Siedzieć albo siąść. Siąść, which is sit, sat, no sorry, sit, sat, sat. Another one, prowadzić samochód. Prowadzić samochód, drive, drove, driven. Can I drive you home? I drove her home yesterday. He's never driven me home. So we've got a couple of words that we want to learn, and hopefully there will be plenty more. Like, you know, you can always make more of these. A learning session should look like this. You put your cards into the first section. You take the first one and look at it. Remember that the question, the cards should be facing the question or your language equivalent. So if you've got prowadzić samochód here, then think hard if you can remember it. If you do, then say it. Drive, drove, driven. Check your answer, it's alright. So you can revise it a little bit more and make a sentence out of it, or just put it to the next section. Now you do the same with other ones. Siąść is sit, sat, sat. Am I right? Yes, I am. So let's put it here. Now, another one, kopać. Let's assume I don't remember it. What do I do with it? I just check it out. It's dig, dug, dug. And now, this is really important. If I didn't know the word, then I have to try to remember it. So, make an association. For example, imagine this word. Imagine that you're digging a big hole and the word dig comes out of it. Or just make some sentences. Maybe, I always dig holes. I dug a hole yesterday. He has dug such a big hole. Whatever you like. You can put them here if you like as well. And then this card goes back here. Yeah? And you do the same with all of them. So this session should take you about 10 minutes, no more. Now, after the session, you'll have a couple of new words here, couple still here. You leave this box on a shelf and forget about it. Then after a couple of days, let's say 3, not more, 3 or 4, some people like to do it once a week. Then you take your Fishko box again and go over these words, these cards once more. So start with this one. Should be facing this side. So you look at it. You've got siąść. Think if you remember it. Siąść, sit, sat, sat. Is it it? Yes, it is. So put it into the next section. And do the same with all of them. So now, a couple of them will go here, a couple of them will stay here, and a couple of those will go here. Yeah? Like that. And Again, you leave the and forget about it for at least a couple of days. Then, again, you do the same session. It should take about 10 minutes, so it's not too exhausting to you. And then you should probably remember most of those words after they leave the box. Because if some of the words end up here in the last section and you still remember them, then you can just take them out and throw them away. Or you can store them and see how many words you've learned via this simple method. Alright everybody, thanks so much for watching. I hope you like the new method and you'll use fish key or paper cards or wall cards, whatever you want to call them. If you don't like the traditional method, you can always look for applications on your phone and use it instead. Thanks so much, have a wonderful evening and see you in another video next week probably. Bye everybody, please subscribe and follow my channel. Bye!